Okay, welcome back. So we just did nominal GDP, we're going to do real GDP now. The major difference is the prices that you use when calculating real GDP. Before we had current prices, now we're going to measure our real GDP in constant prices. So before, remember, the price was changing. This chart behind me is the exact same chart, but we're going to use a different price. To figure out what price to use, you have to have this information. They will give you what's called a base year. And so for us, let's see here, who'd like to choose the base year? Year two. Okay, Johnny, year 2 it is. So year 2 is our base year. So what that means is when we look for the price, we're going to look for the price that it was in year 2. All right? And so year 2, the price of filet mignon was $5. And I like to put a little box around it because you always want to use that $5. Don't forget that you're going to use the $5. In fact, you can even cross these out, and you're going to use 5 in every single year. Okay? That's going to be your price. And notice, remember, we said that the production did not change. So watch what happens here. So we produced 2 filet mignon in year 1 for $5. That means we have a total of $10 worth of filet mignon. Okay? Now I want you to take a second here, see if you can figure out year 2 and year 3 on your own. Remember, you got to use that same price and the quantity from the given years. Go ahead, give it a shot. Okay, here we go. So look at that. 2, 5, 10. 2, 5, 10. But Mr. Sutton, how can that possibly be? Wait a second. GDP is the same? Well, remember, what's GDP measure? The dollar value of all goods and services, final goods and services that we produce in a given year. What happened to the amount of filet mignon? This is the only thing that this country produces. Filet mignon. What happened to the quantity from year to year to year? It didn't change. So real GDP here did not change. So that should tell you something about which one is more reliable and a better indicator of productivity increases or decreases in a given country. Which is it, real GDP or nominal GDP? Remember, your quantity did not change. You didn't produce any more filet mignon. So real GDP tends to be the more accurate and reliable and informative measure of GDP. And we will see as we go along that we talk more and more about real GDP. To give you kind of an example, think about if 2 different people walked across the same room and they measured the width of that room in steps. I might say that the room was 20 steps long. But if we had Shaquille O'Neal come in or LeBron James come in and walk across the room, they might say that it's 10 steps. And both of us would be right, but did it change the length of the actual room? No. If we used a ruler, we would have a real real measurement of the room as opposed to a nominal one being our steps. There's a little bit more accuracy in real variables or real calculations, okay? I hope this helps. Now try the ones on your paper, and I have one more video for you, maybe 2.